everyone, welcome back to my weekly meal plan. If you haven't listened before, each week I just share with you guys what's on my family's meal plan for the upcoming week. I don't know, the idea is maybe you might find some recipes you might want to make, or maybe it'll just give you some inspiration to get your meal plan together. I think meal planning is really important for saving money and wasting less food, and it just makes life easier in knowing what is for dinner tonight instead of having to try and figure it out in the morning or at the last minute. So this meal plan is just for dinners. I do rotate my meals on a regular basis, so it's not going to be like new recipes every week, but I do try and throw in something new every once in a while, but I do try and keep it very simple, so it's not like a ton of new stuff. Sometimes it'll just be a new side dish, but I do make some new recipes here and there. And the blog version of this meal plan with links to any recipes that I mention can also be found on my website at lolasfrugallife.com. I upload the weekly meal plan every week, the same day that the episode comes out. So this week's meal plan starts on Saturday, October 16th. So on Saturday, we will be making bow ties with sausage, tomatoes, and cream. This is a really simple recipe that is just basically you use like ground Italian sausage, or like you just remove the casings and you like ground up the sausage. You cook bow tie pasta, and then you make you add tomatoes to the sausage and some seasonings, and when that's all cooked and the pasta's cooked, you just mix it all together and it's just like a one dish meal. I don't really make anything on the side. We just eat this as our meal. But you could definitely serve it with like a salad, would go good with it if you want to add something like other than just that one dish. For Sunday, we're going to be doing slow cooker honey buffalo wings, which is from thechunkychef.com. I made these, I guess about, a few weeks ago or a month ago, and they came out really good. It was nice to just have the wings. I threw them in the slow cooker in the morning, and they were cooked by the evening. All I had to do was just take them out and put them under the broiler a little bit to get them a little crispy, but they came out really good. So we're going to do that again. I like to try and do a crock pot meal on Sundays when I can, because it just makes it so much easier. And then I'm also going to be making cheesy instant pot rice and vegetables, which I've made, maybe a couple of times now. It's just like rice and mixed vegetables and cheese in the instant pot. And my family really liked it for a side dish, so we're going to do that with the buffalo wings. Monday, we are doing ribeye steak. I don't have a recipe for this one. I just marinate the steak with some Montreal steak seasoning, olive oil, and red wine vinegar. And then I will throw it under the broiler. I think last time I made this, I did try and cook it in the air fryer, and it came out really good. So that was pretty easy and quick to make it that way too. And then of course in the summer, a lot of times I'll just throw it on the grill. For a side dish, we're going to do vegetarian tater tot casserole, Roman numeral 2, which is from allrecipes.com. And this is just basically like frozen tater tots with, you mix together like sour cream and cream and mushroom soup. And I forget if you mix the cheddar cheese in with that or if you just sprinkle it over the top. But either way, you kind of cover the tater tots with that mixture and then you bake it in the oven. So it's a really good side dish to go with the steak. And then we're just going to be doing some frozen vegetables, just whatever I happen to have on hand. I usually always keep some of those steam fresh type vegetables in the freezer. Tuesday, we always do a Mexican theme. This week we are doing chicken chimichangas with sour cream sauce. This is from allrecipes.com. I don't make the sour cream sauce. I just put sour cream out, but I do follow the recipe to make the chicken chimichangas, and I cook them in the air fryer. So it's a pretty quick, easy meal. I don't make the chicken in a pot. It tells you to boil the chicken and then to shred it. I actually make it in the Instant Pot. It's so much easier. I just put one chicken breast in the Instant Pot on high for 10 minutes and then let it natural release for 10 minutes, and it comes out perfect. And it's just easy. I find it easier than cooking it in water and trying to figure out like when the chicken's done. It just seems to come out better that way. It's 1.5 cups of water, I think, with the chicken breast. That's important. I forgot to mention the water. And then I just put the seasonings right in there with the water and then cook it that way. So that's for Tuesday. And then I'm also just going to be serving a bagged salad with that, like one of the ones you buy at the food store that has the toppings and everything with it. For Wednesday, we're going to be doing fried flounder. I don't really have a recipe for that. I just buy the frozen individually wrapped pieces of flounder, and then I just dip them in egg and breadcrumb and fry them up. And then I'm going to be doing like a boxed rice side dish, like a rice-a-roni type side. I noticed that I had 3 boxes of rice pilaf in my cabinet that I need to use because I haven't been listening to my own advice, I guess, on the rice, and I must not have checked if I had it already, because every time I've been at the store, I thought, even though I usually try just to stick to my grocery list, I decided I saw the rice pilaf and I'm like, oh, I should pick that up, and I went to put it away and I saw I already had 2 other boxes in there. So I try not to do that generally, but I don't know why I wound up buying 3 boxes of rice pilaf over the course of time. So I'm going to use that to go with this. And then I'm also going to be making roasted rainbow vegetables in the air fryer, which is from allrecipes.com. The funny thing is on this recipe is that it has 1 star, but I wouldn't let that discourage you because it's really just basically vegetables in the air fryer. So I'm not sure why someone gave it a 1 star. But it's really just a mixture of vegetables, and then you just kind of coat them with some olive oil and salt and pepper and cook them up in the air fryer. For Thursday, we usually always do breakfast for dinner or soup and grilled cheese because I go grocery shopping that night. So I try and keep our meal pretty quick and easy to put together. So this week we're doing breakfast for dinner. I'm making turkey bacon in the oven, which is from brended.com, and it's really just a method to cook the turkey bacon in the oven. You could do the same thing with regular bacon. I just find it so much easier to bake it in the oven, and it comes out, I think, just as good. And you don't have that big mess to clean up with the frying pan and everything. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to make some scrambled eggs, and then I'm just going to make some home fried potatoes in the air fryer. For that, I just take a couple potatoes, dice them up, dice up some green pepper and some onion, mix it all together with some olive oil and some salt and pepper, and then I just throw it in the air fryer until it's cooked enough. It depends on the potatoes. Sometimes they take longer to cook than others, so I just kind of start at like 15 minutes and then I just check it, and then I just add more time as needed. So the last recipe on this week's meal plan is for Friday, October 22nd. We are doing penne with broiled chicken. I don't have a recipe for this one. It's just one I threw together one time and my kids really liked it. What I do is I just take some chicken breast, I cut it up in small pieces and toss it with some olive oil and season it with some garlic salt. And then I throw it under the broiler to cook it enough where it gets a little bit crispy. And then I in the meantime, I get some penne pasta cooked, and then I just toss the penne pasta with olive oil and more garlic salt, some shredded mozzarella, and then I serve the chicken on the side because one of my kids doesn't eat the chicken. So anyone that wants the chicken mixed in with their pasta can just add it to the pasta and mix it together, and it comes out really good. So we're doing that, and then I'm also going to do, again, frozen vegetables on the side, just whatever we happen to have on hand. So that'll be just a quick, simple meal. So that's for Friday. So that is the last meal of this week's meal plan. I hope this was helpful to you in getting some ideas on what you might want to make, or just giving you some motivation to get your meal plan together. Don't forget, you can email me with any questions or suggestions at lolasfrugallife@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Lola's Frugal Life. You can find the blog post for this episode with the meal plan, and also my other Monday episodes, which are more on frugal living topics generally. You can find those at lolasfrugallife.com. We also have a private listeners group on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/LolasFrugalLife. And if you enjoy the show, please make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen from. And if you wouldn't mind screenshotting the show and tagging me so I can see you're listening, that would be really awesome. Also, if you can take a couple of seconds to rate and review the podcast, that would be really helpful to me. That's how the show gains more listeners. So I would really appreciate that. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a really awesome day.